Chaksharam Meditam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jagadev, everyone. Do you have any question? Yes, Saruni.
Jai Gurudev, Guruji. Could you speak to shame and particularly how to overcome it when faced with our imperfections and our limitations on the spiritual path?
Look, firstly, we have to understand that no one is perfect. We are trying to be perfect in our action and whatever we do in our daily life, in our mind especially. This is the whole thing of the Gita, is to transform the mind itself. You see, when we think that we are perfect, this is where the delusion starts happening. Because very often, spiritual people think that they are too perfect. In their perfection, they start to judge and criticize. When they were in the world was perfect, was good. There's nothing to criticize, nothing to... They were just living the life. But when they start to think that they are perfect, the imperfection start to arise inside of them. They become more judgmental, more criticized. They don't respect anybody. And that you can see very often, when the mind is full with so-called knowledge. They think that, yes, I know everything, I'm better than everybody else. This is spiritual imperfection. When spiritual imperfections start to arise inside, you lose everything. In place of perfectioning yourself, in place of becoming humble, in place of really awake that love, because when you go on the spiritual path, what have to awake inside of you? Love have to awake inside of you, no? And love transcend the normality of the normal world. There must be something different from when you were into the world and when you are on the spiritual path. A certain understanding must be there. But yet, you see people change on the outside, but yet inside they don't change. The mind is still the same thing. So how do you think they will attain to that state? This is where, the master remind that we have to cleanse the mind, firstly. Krishna have remind Arjuna continuously, but your mind must be cleansed first. When your mind is cleansed, you have a better understanding of yourself. When you have a better understanding of yourself, you will have a better understanding of everybody else. But if you don't have a better understanding of yourself itself, how would you look, what is good in somebody else? First, you have to be inside of your heart. You are falling in love, let's say, in somebody else's heart. Can you be in somebody else's heart? You can't be in somebody else's heart. You can be only in your heart. You are looking for perfection elsewhere, outside. It's not out there. It's inside of you. And you will realize that only when the mind is transformed. If the mind stays the same, you can't be. It's not that ultimate perfection. You can't reach to that ultimate perfection. But knowing that the parcel of divinity which you hold inside of you, that is perfect. You have to have that clear belief into it. And that belief is not because I am telling you or anybody else. It is your own journey into that. You know, if somebody come, okay, the master will tell you, yes, you trust the master, you have faith into the master, you will believe it. Just like a child come, you know, somebody said to the child, you know, let's say the light just goes away, you know, and just a random person come and tell the child, don't worry, the light will come just now. Do you think the child will listen? It will not, because it's darkness. But if the mother come and tell the child, my dear, don't worry, the light will come, what will be the reaction? Completely different, because the child has faith in the mother, not in somebody else. So this is very important to understand. The master will not come to tell you what you want to hear. If it is a real master, he will not come and tell you what you want to hear. He will tell you what can transform you, what can bring you that change. No? The master will come and tell you, the guru will come and remind you, yes, you know, you are right how you are. You are perfect how you are. Run away from that kind. Because you see, you are their customer. And of course, when you go to buy something in the shop, they will have to tell you, you are right. No? But Master, the Guru will never tell you that. They know. Even if you have come to that perfect state itself, it will still hammer you. Because that ultimate hammering is important. You think you are fine how you are. You think you are great how you are. You think you are the most humble and the most loving person. Each person thinks like that. And they want acknowledgement from the left, right, but they are right, but they are perfect. The Guru will not tell you that. The Guru will hammer you, will polish you. But even when perfection arises, you will not even know that you are perfect. That state where into the mind, you know, the ego is jumping around, like, yeah, I'm great, I'm perfect, look at me. No, it's not about that. You have to come to that state of love completely. No, that is the state where there is no judgment, there is no criticism, there is nothing but apart from that knowing that whatever I'm experiencing, you know, due to that some chitta karma, from past karma that I have created in many lives, you know, I'm finishing it right now, you know. But was this life enough to finish that karma? No, it is not. Why? Because whatever we do, we place ourselves first. We don't place God first. We place ourselves. So there is some residue of that karma that have to carry on, no? The residue of the karma, pradabha karma, have to carry on for next life. And then you have the new karma which you're creating right now, agami karma. How would you finish with all this karma? Unless the mind is transcended, unless the mind is transformed. how we will transform the mind. It's not that easy. How we will transform and surrender. It's not easy. That is why, you see, we should, in any moment, we should continuously remind that whatever we do it for Bhagwan himself. In our mind, there should not be any moment of forgetfulness that each breath of what we take, it is him. The essence of our life itself is him. Without him, we will not be here. Without the parcel of him, do you think you will be alive? You will not be alive. Focus upon that. Concentrate in his divine name. Find him inside of you, not outside. Look for him inside. And let that what you hold inside of you shine for you. Don't look for perfection. Because more you look for perfection, more you will hold upon that imperfection of yourself. More you will become imperfect. This I have seen, so many people who have so many knowledge, the knowledgeable people. But yet, ego, it is also without any limit with their perfection. Inside mind, because they think that they are so great, they think that God belongs only to them. That Supreme Lord, Sriman Narayana, who have created millions of Vishnu, millions of Brahma, millions of Shiva, millions of worlds and galaxies, and yet you think that he belongs only to you. The saints, they have a different aspect due to their humility. Bhagwan come to them. Due to their love, Bhagwan come to them. Would Bhagwan come if there were imperfection inside of them? Yes, he will. But he will come as a reminder that you have to transcend. Same as Namdev Maharaj, Namdev was thinking, he's so dear. Can you please cough elsewhere? Thank you. Namdev was always thinking that he's so great to Vittala. He's very dear to Vittal. So then there was a gathering with Dhyaneshwar and all the saints. Then Dhyaneshwar said, please, Gora Kumbha, you check them. You remember the play, no? So then he went and knocked. Namdev was very offended. In spite of being so near and dear to Vittal, but yet inside the mind, he was thinking that he's perfect because of his relationship to Vittal. So that is spiritual imperfection itself, that Bhagwan wanted to show it to him. But yes, you must transcend even that. And how you will transcend that? Only by taking shelter at the Guru's feet. Guru hold that hammer. And his ways are not known. How he will hammer each one. In which way he will make that imperfection go away. There was a saint called Vemana from South India. This saint, one day, the queen was worshipping. So he came rushing and with his nail scratched the breast of the queen. Very sharp. And of course, everybody was shocked because that saint was like a madman. He was living completely absorbed in the God consciousness all the time. So he was always absorbed in that bliss. So he came and scratched the breast of the queen, and of course, everybody was going to jump over him, but the queen said, he have his reason why, we don't know for what reason he have scratched me, and well, he have scratched me, and he went away. So when the queen pacified everybody, so when the king heard about that, the king became furious. The king was very angry, and he asked the god to bring the saint Vimana there. And he was asked, why did you do that? Well, of course, the saint was in his own world. So the queen pacified him, said, let him go. It must be his reason. We will find out. So eventually, in the evening, as the queen was walking in the garden, there was a cobra. And it bit the foot of the queen. And of course, the doctor was called, and the doctor could not do anything. The poison was going very quickly into the body, and the queen was unconscious. So what happened at that moment? The poison came out from the scratch. So what the saint has the action of the saint, which is really shocking to the mind of everybody there, but yet that what saved the queen life. So like that, you see, the master, the guru, the Satguru, to perfectionate the devotee or the disciple, sometimes they have to shock the mind, because the mind will never change. Because the mind thinks that it is always good and perfect and enjoying how it is, Only when that is shocking, then the transformation happens. And like I said, the guru is not your customer. It is not there to please anybody. Because very often you go to the guru and you expect, the guru to tell you nice thing about you, to tell you, flattering you, to tell you, beautiful, how nice you are, how good you are. No, you are not. He don't need to sell anything to you, and he don't need to become your follower. Now that's why you see very often people, they go on the retreat, they expect something, they go to the guru, they expect that the guru will look at them, will smile with them. No, guru don't do these kind of things, He will give you what you have to give. Even if he have to give you a kick in your behind, he will do it. And that what will bring that perfection. Because by yourself, you think you're too good, too perfect. And of course, you see, like I had said earlier, that faith must be there. And Guru will engage only when he see that yes, that person deserve it. And that person really want to change. Otherwise, okay, I have taken shelter, I have surrendered, I have taken yellow clothes or white clothes or whatever color clothes you want, but yet I just live my life normal. He live his life normal. I don't get involved with him, he don't get involved with me. Of course, then you can live your life normal, then you don't reach anywhere. So try to understand, really. It is a wonderful question, what you just said, but also you have to understand the deepness of that. Because it's not just say yes, have to get rid of imperfection. You have to understand deeply where that imperfection take its root. Jai Gurudev.